Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Mahomes now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hill. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. They run. It's Williams. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail! Slow!
Here's Mahomes to throw. And he will get into the end zone. So how about that for putting it on the line? They've taken the lead by a point here in the fourth quarter. Butker now to kick this one away. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
That's true.
That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They go with Howard again. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Ordinarily in short yardage, most people don't run a toss because it takes a little bit longer to develop. But some teams see it as a very physical type run because the amount of people that get out in front of the runner, offensive linemen, tight ends, sometimes an extra back, they like to run that play there and try and run over people.
He'll look to throw. He leaves this one for Howard. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely, this defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw, escaping the pressure right. And he completes it to Cohen. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And Miller with it over the middle. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, They might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points, and that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. He's back to throw. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. They can't tackle it. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get him in the end zone. Mahomes now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
We got three, fellas, we got three.
Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle.
I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, yeah. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. Chillin' like a boss with my feet up. Got a bag for him with a visa. Pulling up the no the leader. Getting that while I'm on the. She's a keeper. No play burritos. Get to the pesos with amigos. I cannot with no zeros. Don't you run out? No, I can't show you no love, baby.
From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started, and we are underway from Arrowhead. This is fielded at the goal line. And it'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Somebody call for the queen. Dagger.
I never anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's what ruins about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me up by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture, you got the picture me, Pacific ice on my ocean, ready for war like I'm Russia, ladies should never the luggage, my diamonds they tussling, my neck and my belly, they calling for me and they, you want me like me and I look, yeah, her Rex on her, yeah, B-Rex better calm down, yeah, if you go around, come around, yeah, whole squad, yeah, squad goes on the, yeah, make some more.
From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. On the return, it's Juju Smith-Schuster. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Let's go! Four down! Show that bench release and go.
They go play action here on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. D. Ford. He's the one who finally gets him down for what will wind up being a loss of 16 yards. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Now it's Roethlisberger. And his pass incomplete. Eric Murray that time there to knock it away.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point Get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
A miserable start here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and very long. Now Roethlisberger into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Back to the air, Roethlisberger after the pick six. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play. Roethlisberger to Brown, 42 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
Roethlisberger. He sets to fire deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Daniel Sorensen there on the coverage.
Brandon, what we just saw there is something we hear from coaches throughout the league. How are you going to defend what they call the moment of truth ball, meaning a 50-50? The ball's in the air, defenders there, receivers there. Who's going to make a play on the football? And in this case, the defensive guys actually got it done and knocked it away.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And, it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a
different story.
long night.
Mahomes now on first down. That's going to be caught. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 28 yards. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that's complete to Jesse James. Roethlisberger to his big target, James, all 6-7 of him for a Steeler first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, right at the 40. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A gain of 32 that time. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Now Roethlisberger, and the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack, but he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
On 3rd and goal, Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. Eric Murray that time there to knock it away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Kendall Fuller. A big seam, and he might go all the way. The 20. 10. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a KC touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger once more. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home. And they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a KC touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen